Hi All-Star 2. Now that it's November, Tim and I wanted to share with you our recipe for Cranberry Lime Rickeys. We find that they're the perfect drink to have at this time of year because they're both seasonal and they remind us of All-Star 2. For this recipe, you're going to need 2¼ cups of cranberries, 1 cup of sugar, a cup of water, and then you'll need a saucepan and something to stir with, as well as a sieve and something to put your simple syrup in when you're done. Once we've made the simple syrup, you'll also need your choice of ginger ale, your limes, and 2 cups and glasses. Ice and straws are optional. You know, it's kind of funny because usually I see you guys in summer on Star Island, and so this feels a little weird. Let's see if we can make this feel maybe a little bit more like the Isles of Shoals. Just 1 minute, hold on. There we go, that's better, don't you think? It feels a little bit more like the Isles of Shoals now. Okay, we're gonna start this recipe, but first I'm gonna take off my eye patch because it's hard to pour things. Okay, we'll start by pouring the cup of water into the saucepan, followed by the sugar, and then we're gonna add the cranberries. And cranberries bounce, so make sure you get them all into the saucepan or you will be chasing them all around your kitchen. We're gonna give them a stir and bring them over to the stove. We're going to bring them up to a boil, and then once they're at a boil, we're going to bring them back to a simmer until the berries are tender. Okay, it looks like the cranberries are done now. They're all tender and some of them have burst, so I'm going to turn the stove off, and now we'll drain them. And pour them through the sieve here into our Pyrex container. And as you'll see, the syrup is now a pinkish color from the cranberries. It'll take a little bit to get all the liquid out. Now, with the leftover cranberries, I usually do this right before Thanksgiving, and I use these cranberries for part of a cranberry pie. But you could probably make a cranberry sauce or a cranberry chutney or something like that. That'll have to be your adventure, and you can report back. But they are great in a cranberry pie. Okay, and now we're going to set this aside and let it cool before we put together our Lime Rickeys. Okay, so one thing that I like to do while my simple syrup is cooling, I've thrown it in the fridge for now, but it's a good time to kind of prep your limes. I usually roll mine a little bit and just cut them in half, just like the snackies do at Star. I'm only making 2 Rickeys tonight, so that's all I need to do. I only need my 1 lime. Okay, our simple syrup has cooled, and so now we're going to actually make the Lime Rickeys. The ratio we usually use is 1/4 simple syrup and then 3/4 ginger ale. But you do have to keep in mind that you are going to throw half a lime into the drink. So don't do an actual 3/4 of the glass, do a little bit less. So I'm just going to spoon mine in. And here is where, if your berries split, you may have a slightly thicker simple syrup. We've never had a problem with that. You just spoon it in just the same. And then once you add the ginger ale, the liquids will kind of come together and the simple syrup will thin out and everything will act kind of as a regular Lime Rickey does. So I'm going to do that amount in that glass. Do around the same in the other glass. You can play around with your ratios a little bit. Now we'll get our ginger ale. Pour that in. And again, remember to leave a little space at the top for your lime, and if you're adding ice. Top these off a little. Now I'm going to start with this one. Squeeze half a lime into it. Drop your lime in. Same with this one. And the final step is to enjoy. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
This is my first mate, Tim.
Husband.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, guys. Happy holidays. We'll see you in July.
Oh, yeah, that's the stuff.